And we're live. There we go. We ain't getting any younger. I was going to start at 10, but I said let's start a little bit early. So by 10 o'clock, everybody kind of floods in. And I'll make the announcements for anyone who's going to rewatch it. But I need a haircut still, so we're going to do this. Oh, shout out to Courtney again. Courtney is also a channel member and a client. So thank you. She sent me this. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate you, Courtney. And also shout out to Andrea too, another channel member. So love you guys very much. And thank you for the support. I'm jumping in now with this some positivity. We got our Monday morning vibes going. Wrote my mini manifestation list for the week. Going from there. I got some announcements, which is 10 a.m. June 22. I got to make a poster for it. No, June 23. It's a Sunday. June 23, Sunday, 10 a.m. The seminar. We still have plenty open spots, but it's for 25 people. So send me an email if you are interested in the seminar. Or if you're interested in monthly coaching, send me an email. If you want regular coaching, just send me, just book it on the Calendly. We got the Discord. Eric, what's up, my brother? I started a little bit earlier, 15 minutes earlier, make some announcements, and anyone coming in after. So we're starting that way. But yes, if you want to join the seminar, send me an email. If you want monthly coaching, I still have openings for that, and I still got openings for the seminar. Other than that, regular coaching is up there. And if not, all the videos that you ever need are here. We also have the Discord. I saw Gary's name. Discord. Hey, bro, got your message. Just driving to get my beard done. If I get back, I'll pop a cigar on my chest. Is completely pulled apart from yesterday's workout. There we go. That's a good chest day. Actually, Gary, the last part of that message I sent you too was about a great chest day and great shoulder day too. So that's you're like the end of that message. It's something me and you have talked about before too. It was almost like a fear being manifested, but it was kind of a cool one. I don't know if I'm gonna tell that story this week or next week. I do have a little bit of I wouldn't say a little bit. Everything's a big movement. I have a manifesting success story too about my Parrot app affirmations. Shout out to Mitzi, getting my ass back on those. Let's see. Slow start to my work morning, so perfect timing. Perfect. See, everything's working out in your favor. And you can't fuck this up. That's going to lead me. Gary, you already got the message on it too. That'll lead me into my next message. My topic of today. I still have videos to make for this week. I didn't make any last week. I didn't go live again, like I said. It's just my mind has been out of it. Hey, Mitzi, I just got your message. I haven't opened it yet because whenever I'm going to listen to any audios from people, if I have my computer up, I can't do it in front. And I kept walking back every time I was messaging someone. I get paranoid if people are listening, even though the computer is not running. That's a bad mental diet. Look at, all right, we're going to do this. Cheap cigar, but fancy lighter. This is what I wasted money on the other day. $20 or less. Maybe that. Oh, wait, you missed it. Hold on. We're making manifesting fun. There we go. That lit quite nicely. That's a cool lighter. Treat yourself. Exactly. I've been treating myself. That's one of the things I like. I like to collect lighters and watches, as you see. Always a new watch or a different lighter. Well, that is something when I want to treat myself. That's another thing, too. You know, you want people to treat you good. Treat yourself good first. Do things for you that make you feel good about yourself. And I guess we can also tell the story, too, a little bit about everything's working out in your favor and why you can't fuck this up. You know, I heard some other people say that line, you can't fuck this up. And I said, man, that's the Mystics line. But really, I didn't invent the words, you can't fuck this up, right? So I'm just happy people get that message, right? But somebody told me about another coach. I'm not going to name no names, but somebody said, oh, yes, you can fuck this up. Now, I'm going to respectfully but disrespectfully disagree with that. Because in my experience, and I just talked to Mitzi too, in Mitzi's experience, and you guys know Ink's experience, and I believe Gary can vouch for this too. Eric, you're here as well. I don't know if you can too. What do we all know? You can't fuck this up. You get unlimited tries. It's like something fucks up. What have you done? You've delayed a manifestation? Yes, we can very simply see interfering with 3D can delay a manifestation. It can make it seem like it is fucked up, but you will always be put in a place of something. Like it will always wind up showing up. There's always movement happening in the background, and you will always receive your desires. That's why I'm telling you, you will, even if it's something you don't desire, if you've prolongedly looked into something, it will show up, right? So I'll give a quick example. This wasn't one I wasn't going to tell, but it fits in, correlates here. So I went to a party at SP's house. SP still has friends. She's still friends with the family of the third party. And I get along with those people too. I met them and stuff like that. But I used to always have this fantasy. I'm like, if I ever see this guy, like this motherfucker talking about beating my ass and stuff, I'm like, one day I'm going to see him. And how's that going to play out? And I just picture like this stare down. I used to think about this a lot because it would bother me. But I kept saying, be careful, motherfucker. You know, whatever you think about comes into fruition. And sure enough, one day, a couple of days ago, I walk over to her house for the party. This dude's out front, dropping his family off for the party. And I see him and we make eye contact. And I'm like, how does the mystic react now? Where he's more calm and understands everyone as you pushed out, everyone's love. What's up, bro? But at one point it would have been like, it's motherfucker, let's fight. And I was just like, but the thing of the part that stayed consistent always was, I'm going to see this guy in real life and we're going to be face to face. And it happened 3 years later. But everything, good, better, and different, will always play out. Now, Eat, welcome in. How do I always miss so much? I told you I was going to start early, probably. Hold on, let me go back to the comments and I'll resume the story. Bro, been getting into more of my Mexican side of dressing cowboy. Game changer, feel great, confident, sexy. Women love the boots. That's awesome. I see, you know what's funny? Lily is Mexican, but she's like, oh, I'm not into that whole style. But I'm white and I like that style. I will wear cowboy boots and cowboy hats like it's nobody's business. John West, what's up? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you too. Oh, I love Adro. I love the blue and the wolf. There we go. Welcome in. Yeah, but I keep checking and it never showed you were live. That's a problem too. Lily always says that too. She don't see I'm live. She's like, send it to me. And one of my other friends, he always says, send it to me because it's not notifying me. So I don't know what YouTube's deal is because I make community posts. That's why I keep reiterating this in the videos and the lives. If you want to do monthly coaching or private coaching or be part of the seminar, you have to send me an email. Or if you want a regular coaching session, you could book that down below of all the videos. But every time I try to make a community post, it's like 2-3 likes, which I get it. The likes don't really matter, but I don't know how many people are actually seeing it because it doesn't show them the lives either. So just know that. But anyway, anything you visualize shows up. And you'll always get a redo at shit too. This is why you can't fuck this up, Inked. I'm gonna go with it, Inked. Why is it every time I start the live, the meal prep guy texts me? Let me respond to this message, and then we're gonna talk about why you can't fuck it up. Okay. You see, if you get the monthly coaching with me, how fast I can text you and let you know things. Anyway, with no more shameless plugs, I'm gonna talk about that you can't fuck this up. So he said, go for it. So I was informed, like I said, there's some other YouTuber, I'm not gonna name no names, said something, you can't fuck this up. And I don't watch other people, especially ones with limiting beliefs like that. This was passed along to me from a friend. You can't fuck this up is bullshit because Ink knows it, Mitzi knows it, I know it. However many of you been watching me, you know it. Gary knows it. We all know this stuff. You can't fuck it up because you will always arrive back at where you started. Like whatever, like if I'm starting here and I take 3D interact and I interfere with the 3D because I'm impatient or I'm whatever, what happened there? Okay, you delayed it. It's not happening now and it looks like you're locked out. You're blocked, blah, blah, blah. All these things are happening to delay it, push it away, right? But somehow it always comes back. And I get a chance to learn a lesson. If I pay attention, how's this working out in my favor? What did I learn? How would I do this different? and then I reevaluate it, and I'm thinking about, if I had that chance again, I would do it this way, I would do it that way. Now, did you learn your lesson? Because it will show up again. You will have another chance. I'm telling you this because I've had the other chances, and now I get the other chance, right? And do I have the same chance to make the same mistake? Yeah, I do. And I do it again. And then I say, okay, what was the lesson? Okay, did I learn it this time? Yeah, I learned it. And then I get put there again. Why do you think it took 6 times to manifest SP? Because I fucking made the same thought mistakes, 3D mistakes, everything again and again and again, because it was impatience and not trusting the law, not trusting myself. So when you learn to relax, when you learn to let go, when you learn to trust, and you believe that you can't fuck this up, you can't fuck it up. But I always say, limit your 3D interaction, limit how much you're trying to do, like manipulate the 3D. You're not trying to do that. This is walking in faith. This is trusting. This is understanding that everything is working out in your favor. Because I always say you can't fuck this up, and it's all working out in your favor. They go hand in hand when you believe it. That's an assumption you can walk with and have and feel good about and carry with you, versus, well, you can't fuck it up. Now you're worrying. Now you're watching extra careful. Now there's a benefit. Watching extra carefully is watching your mental diet. But you're watching extra careful, looking for mistakes. Subconsciously, you're looking for mistakes to be made instead of looking for victories. Now, I will tell you this too. This was passed along to me. This was passed along to me from a friend. And the YouTuber said it. I don't know how many followers. I'm pretty sure I kind of recognize the name. So I'm pretty sure it's a bigger person. If one of my affirmations, we'll talk about this. Mitzi, you got my ass back on the Parrot app, right? So I'm on the Parrot app. One of my affirmations. I have 50,000 subscribers. I have all my videos go viral. Everything's working out in my favor. You know, I'm one of the greatest coaches of all time. Everyone who works with me gets their manifestation. Everyone leaves my sessions feeling better about themselves, knowing that they could. So I have all these things about me, my clients, the channel, all these positive things. Well, you know, we're not a huge channel right now, and I like it because it's more intimate. So we could chat more, and it's like, I know all of you by name. I recognize your profile pictures. Courtney, good morning to you too. I shouted you out. Thank you again. Shouted you out at the beginning, so I don't know if you're rewatching or coming in, but thank you for the ring, and thank you for the monthly subscription. I still got to look into, I don't know what's going on with the Discord. Also, anybody else too, if there's a problem with the Discord, please let me know on here or an email, because Courtney's having problems right now, so I don't know if it's everyone or just her phone. You woke up because you sensed the mystic. But let's go with this. That one of my affirmations, right? I think everyone knows my name. I'm a good coach. I'm a great coach, blah, 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 all these things. You could look at it like, oh, a big coach is calling you out. A big coach is thinking you're wrong, whatever. Those are negative ways. I don't look for things like that. I look for, oh, you know my name. If I was a nobody, you wouldn't know my name. I would, if I was a bad coach, you wouldn't need to critique me. My lack of results would speak for themselves. If I didn't know what I was talking about and I didn't bring receipts to the table, you wouldn't have to try and go after me. You wouldn't have to say that my methods and my affirmations are wrong. So there's that. But it's like, oh, if you're somebody out here, just I'll take the one line from my good friend over here, Mitzi. If you're one of the coaches out here for the bag, you're going to be threatened by someone who's not here for the bag, because you guys know I've helped a lot of people for free. I always give extra time in the sessions. I always stay on here way past the time I'm supposed to be to answer questions, and I direct everybody gets answered in the chat for as long as the channel remains reasonable where I could do that. So when you're actually here to help people and you actually know what the fuck you're talking about and you're actually helping people and you're not making them feel bad, because another thing that's passed along too, the person makes people feel bad. So I'm not going to make you feel bad. Yeah, everyone is you pushed out. Yes, I believe it 100%. All the bad things that happen to me are my fault. But I don't beat myself up. I forgive myself. I say, what could I learn from that? And I also remind myself, if I'm the opera in power and all the bad things that happened to me were my fault, that also means all the good, beautiful things that happened to me are my fault too. And I love myself no matter what, because I made all these good things happen. I made all these bad things happen. My thoughts create. I am part of God. I'm part of the source. I understand. I just need to watch where my thoughts are being directed, and I don't hold any misdirection or misfire of manifestations against myself or anyone else. That's the mentality I come at you with. I'm not going to fuck around with you that, oh, you can fuck this up. No, you can't. You could find out where you need to redirect and where you need to repurpose your thoughts and how you need to keep yourself in a strong mental state and say, okay, the feedback I got shows me I may have misdirected or misfired a manifestation of my thoughts in one part. What was I thinking when this happened? Okay, let me go opposite. I'm not seeing results. Don't freak the fuck out. Don't freak the fuck out because you didn't fail. Okay, I'm not seeing results here. That's all right. I'm going to persist because what's the other rule? We're persisting. Whatever you persist in, you will achieve. I was trying to come up with a rhyme. I didn't have one. But that's my point on that. That was my take. That was I didn't really know what the topic was going to be in today's video. And I received that message and it kind of riled me up a little bit in a good way. Like that's why I started live early. I got to say something. I got to say something because that is, for me, I take every single thing I hear as positive. I take it as, how is this working out in my favor? Because I know I can't fuck it up and it's not fucked up. This means something good. Everything has a meaning when you assign it a meaning. Until you assign it a meaning, it's not good nor bad. There are some things that they just happen. Like our thoughts are programmed. Our minds are programmed. This happens, bad, bad, good, good, bad. Our mind is going after stuff right away. So whenever an event happens, we automatically label it. But if you could find a way to try and make every single one good, and it's not even a manifesting guy where I first learned this method from. It's Jocko Willink says it. Anything bad that happens, he's like, good. And then you find a way to make it positive. And that didn't even come from a manifesting point of view. I learned that from watching the Navy SEAL Jocko Willink on his workout stuff. It was like, anything bad that happened, it was like, I think he had one example. It's like, we're going into a mission and we're not allowed to use the new gear. Good, we're working with what we're used to. Oh, we get to work with new gear. Good, we get to learn how to use it. This happened. Good. Let's find a way it works. Got injured. Good. I needed a rest. I get time to work on my mind now. So whatever it is, like you always look for the good in it. There's always a good everywhere. And when you look for that, you look for a way it's working out in your favor. So there's that. But also, Monday manifesting lives are for you guys to tell me what you're thinking about, what's going on. So if you got anything you want to talk about, we'll go from there. Otherwise, Gary, if you're still here, I actually got that word, that song written down too. I got to edit a video to that later. I did have more stuff to say on forgiveness. So I've been talking about that a lot, the forgiveness, because I think it's important still. Like I made that one video about the forgiveness. When you're not forgiving someone, it's like you're drinking poison, hoping they get sick, because they're taking up space in your mind. And you're making yourself sick over someone that's not there or a situation that's not there yet. Remove attention from, I know it's hard sometimes, especially if you're stuck in a job you don't like. Like I used to think about this last job where I was stuck in it. And every day I go to work, today's my last day, it's my last week, and I was creating that feeling. It took me 6 months to get out. And the miraculous way it happened too. There was no way I should have got out and I should have got what I got. But I just persisted in it. And there were days and weeks where it's like, oh my God, this sucks. I'm scared to go to work. I don't want to go. Because you can't fight back. You fight back, you lose your job, you get out of the union, whatever. You can't argue back because then you get written up. You're in a bad way. So it's like, I can't physically address this with a fight because you're going to get locked up. I can't argue back because it's going to be a write-up. I can't go to the union because the union won't back you. They'll choose the boss's side. So it's like, you were literally in a bad spot. It's like, how do I get out? Every day I said, I felt so good to put in my 2-week notice, and I'm going through breaking my back all day thinking, oh, well, it's all right. I feel good. And it's giving me energy because I'm thinking that it's already done. So I'm pulling it up. I'm already out of this job. I'm out of this job. I'm out of this job. It's the last day. And I got into that feeling state where it's like, you just feel good and relaxed and something bad pops up and they're like, and tomorrow you're doing this. And then by the way, next week, put this on your radar. You're doing that. And then the following week, we're going to need you to do this. And now they're going past the 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And it's like, oh, I'm still going to be here for that. That is making reality like right in your face. But I would just sit there. Now it's my last week and I have to stop, remind myself every break I got, every time my mind could just dwell in something, dwell in the happy thought of how it feels to be out of that particular situation. And I got out. And the job I got is like something that you'd have to be in for a long time to get. And I had no connections, no nothing to get me there. It was just literally the way everything lined up. Nothing short of a miracle. Now I'm doing it again, but because I want to be full-time coaching. And there's a couple of things lined up where that's possible at this point. But it's not exactly arrived, but I feel every day, I'm thankful. I wake up every day, thank you that I'm full-time coach, even though my lazy ass has not made a video the past 2 weeks and we just do the one live. But I mean, with my monthly sessions and stuff like that, it's like I kept myself plenty busy because there's always extra time, and I put a lot of effort into those, and that's always the content texting and stuff like that. Um, so, oh, we might have a surprise guest coming up too. I'm gonna respond to this. If you guys have questions too, drop them. Guess up here. And I also got somebody responded to me too about the whole thing I was just talking about too, with the whole "you can't fuck this up." All right. Affirming on the. I'm affirming on the treadmill. There you go, Mitzi. Yeah, you were just messaging me. I heard them weights clanging and banging in the background. Any tips? Any tips to relax into the process and have more trust? Anxiety and resistance are annoying at times. I want the process to be more enjoyable. Well, Adriel, this is the thing where it's like you want to have fun with it. Like, remember, Florence Scovel Shinn calls this the game of life, right? I'm not realizing now. The deeper I get into the game, hold on. I'm setting up stuff for after sessions and everything. So when you want to relax into it, this is the hard part because I know anxiety and panic attacks are a motherfucker while you're going through all this, right? I see the pirate man, handsome. You thought you were dead. No, I'm still here. So when you're trying to have fun with it, that's why I always am a big proponent on the mini manifestation. I just made a list the other day. If you don't know what you want to manifest or you don't know what your mini manifestations are, like I said, I have one. Get a compliment on my body. Get myself to abs. Now that's something that I have to do physical work for, but it's like I set myself a little goal. I'm thankful for that every day, but I know I'm doing physical work to get it. Miraculous flow of money, and then when the money comes into you, it's like, wow, you're not resistant about. So you use those to relax yourself a little bit. 50,000 subscribers, this and that, and then if you want to do it too, Adriel, this is another thing too. Mitzi got me back on the Parrot app, right? So I go on the Parrot app. What I do is I go on the TV, I play a song I really like. Right now I'm using, I don't want to say this, okay, Gary's going to be mad about me, but it's No Time to Die. It's a different James Bond song than the one he showed me. But that one just felt really good with my affirmations. So I play this No Time to Die in the background very slightly, and I say my affirmations. And there's one where I stutter on it too, but it makes me laugh. It's like, because I didn't know what I was saying. I was half asleep making them. And I said, what was the affirmation? I said, wealth flows to me like rivers in the forest. I didn't know where to say it, and I stutter, but it makes me laugh when I hear it. So like it goes through like 3 minutes of stuff, and then like every 3 minutes, it's like, that's my stupid ass, say something stupid again. But it makes me laugh, and I don't beat myself up. It's funny to me. So it's like I have fun with that. Or then it's like, picture your perfect life. Actually, Adriel, make a fucking dream board too. That's something, I mean, I know it's like, oh, that's something teenage girls do. Well, I was a teenage boy and I did that shit too. And there's a lot of stuff on that board that's come true. I should pull it up to my parents' house. But it's like, you make a vision board out of it. Or you sit down and like you script every night. Like this was another one I used to like to do. I write down every night. It's like whatever feels natural to you, Adriel, is what makes it fun. It's like, I would write, it's like a journal. I call it a journal because I'm a man, okay? It's not a diary. So I write down in my journal, today I'm thankful that this happened, and I write down how my day started. If it had a good start, I write it down that way. If my day had a bad start, I revise it right there on the piece of paper, and I get lost in it. Sometimes I script about me and SP. We did this, we did that, and I write it like a movie dialogue. Put Lily in the middle, and then her dialogue lines. Nick, my dialogue lines. Then the action of what happened in the scene, and I would write it like a movie. Or then I would just write short stories about because I love to write. So it's like I would write short stories about things that are happening to me that I'm proud of. Or if I'm having a cigar and driving, I'm not driving the legendary gold Honda Accord. No, this is a gold Bugatti that I'm driving through the streets with. And The 80 miles an hour is not 80 miles an hour. It's 180. And like I'm playing games in my mind. So you find a way to make it fun. Find songs you like. So remember the Literally Me character memes, right? Well, instead of being literally me, Ryan Gosling in a sad movie or Blade Runner, and you're sacrificing yourself for something, it's always good, whatever, have to be a noble, honorable guy like that. Maybe be literally me, James Bond. That's the one I've been using because it's like got the money, the suits, the looks. He's driving around. He gets the girl, right? So every time you're driving, it's like I'm listening to music that makes me feel that way. Sometimes I think back, like Neville said, listen to classical music like Beethoven, Bach, stuff like that. I'll throw that stuff on and I'm just listening. It's like, man, I'm sitting here. I'm sitting on a busted ass couch over there, but I'm like, nah, I'm in a nice, like fancy room with wood decor everywhere, and there's a big fireplace here, kind of like the Big Lebowski, where he's sitting there in his wheelchair by the fireplace. Strong men also cry, and I'm putting myself in these situations, and then, you're feeling that now. That's a way to hack it. You're putting yourself somewhere you're not. Or another way too to make it fun, Adriel, if you're manifesting an SP from the past or something that you have past memories or relationships with. This is one that I like to do, and I want to make a video on it because I don't see a lot of coaches talking about it. A great coach who's kind of semi-retired. I don't even know if his channel's around anymore, but I collabed with him. His name was Second Man. He had a channel, and in his channel, he talked about the memories. And it was around the time I started talking about memories too, to clients only. And he made a video, and I'm like, this motherfucker gets it. We did a collab a while back, but using memories from something. It's like you could go through, well, me and SP first met, it was this and this and this. Okay, now go into this. Okay, let's use my life as an example. Me and SP met at the gym. We went for burritos at Taco Burrito King, which is only good when you're fucking drunk. But I've spent a lot of money there when I was drinking. So it's like we go after the gym there, and then we say bye to each other, and then we see each other the next day, and we had this like fun magical weekend, right? Okay, I know the story. Let me go deeper into the story. What happens after we leave the gym? We only have each other on Instagram. How does it feel? Your heart's racing. You're excited. Oh, I get to take this pretty girl out. She says, meet me at this place. And I go there. I'm like, hey, this place is closed. And then she's like, really? I'm still on my way there. How'd you get there so fast? I was at the wrong motherfucking restaurant. I said, how about we go to this one? Sure, I'll turn around. Wow, this girl wants to turn around and meet me somewhere else. And we go somewhere else. And now I've created so many little details in that story. I'm getting lost. I'm having fun remembering. And I mean, it was like I was telling Lily stories about my two friends I haven't seen in 4 years. And I was talking about how great they were. They were like my best friends and stuff back then. And I was talking about like, well, I don't know if the pirate wants his name revealed. I was like, the pirate, Tony. I don't know if Tony's coming in here. I told him to watch the channel more. He kind of needs it. But the pirate, Tony, Josh, you see Josh in here sometimes, Race Car Randall, and these other two guys, they were all there for me at my darkest moment. So I was telling her about them. And then sure enough, I've been talking with these guys. And me and her, we went on a triple date last night with them. And I was like, wow, these two always had girlfriends. I was always the single guy. And I finally get to show up there with Lily. And we have a great day yesterday. But the contact came from like, I scripted it. I couldn't find them. And like, they were the ones who I mentioned before, like with that group chat thing where like for 6 months, I couldn't, like, I wasn't trying to initiate contact. I was just trying to manifest it. And all of a sudden one day, the one guy, he initiates the contact through a group chat that I didn't even know. Remember I said, I thought the guys, I'm like, his number probably just changed, but he never changed his number before. Changes his number all of a sudden. And we're all hanging out. And I'm like, we're going to be hanging out again soon. It's kind of like an affirmation, but I would just dwell on the times we used to hang out and all the cool stuff we used to do. And sure enough, that came into fruition. But people I haven't talked to in 4 years. But within the past 2 months, it's been a landslide of like hanging out. And then like now they're meeting Lily before even people that I still talk to. Pirate met Lily a couple times. But anyway, those are some tips to have fun with it, Adriel. I find it funny. The very person I would coach with is my SP, but I'm also manifesting her, so I can't really talk about SP topic with her. Also, John, your SP is a coach. I know you said she has a channel and you were featured on it, but I didn't know it was a manifesting channel. Courtney has a big question for you when you're ready. I'm always ready. I'm going to keep reading everyone because I see you commenting more down there. That coach, just to let you know, she often mimics "you can't fuck this up" and has done for at least a year. She's not a nice coach deep down. She makes people feel worse when trying to manifest. So, okay, there we go. See, I said I don't know much about this coach other than what's been passed on to me. And then it's, oh, damn, it's in my head. She even bags on people like Sammy, so wouldn't even acknowledge her. That's why I won't say the name, but I recognize the name. I know she's relatively bigger, but it's like somebody getting a little bit rattled by the up and coming mystic, the little fin, the fins in the water, getting close to the shore, the sharks in the water. And thank you again, Mr. Pirate, for the handsome. But I will reiterate, no you. Sarah getting Hannah to her friend's mom. Ink, take your time. Your mother first before the mystic. I have a vision board on the opposite of my planner page, so it's open on my desk all day. In a Bugatti with kilometers, feel it real. Oh, Courtney, see, that's something I didn't even know, because Bugatti's not actually my one. It's the only reason I picked Bugatti is because the car is tan, and I don't know of a tan Mustang or a tan Challenger. But I'm using the 3D senses to feel it real. So I'm like, tan, which one's tan? Oh, I do have a tan Bugatti, I think, on one of the things. But that is true. It's not an American car. Death metal makes me feel powerful. Hey, whatever feels powerful to you, because everything only has the meaning that you give it. So certain lyrics, I listen to them, and now that I'm more acute to hearing these things, it's like, oh, I hear, like, I used to like that, but that's negative, and I can't listen to it because now my subconscious is only going to pick that up because I've seen it. Austin, good morning to you too, brother. You're welcome, Adriel. Okay, this has been multiple parts and slow because nails. For sure, Courtney, take your time, but ask it. Yeah, she's a manifestation coach. Not on it yet. I give clues. I give no clues yet. Oh, okay. So I thought, yeah, then maybe it's because if I remember, John, there's 2 SPs, but I know you said you were on one of the channels. In your 10-week SP journey, can you describe wavering, if any? Yeah, I describe a lot of that. I feel like I care, but I don't care at the same time because I'm like, weeks, 8 weeks. Well, that's the thing, Stan, too. It's like when you decide to buckle down, it's like, okay, I'm going to go balls to the wall on this shit. And it's like, I'm going to focus on this is what I want. But, you know, that's a good state to be in, though, where you don't care. But do you not care because you're putting yourself, here's a book I ask you something. Do you not care because you feel that you're not going to get it, so you're trying not to get your hopes up and let yourself down? That could be why you don't care. But one, it's like, because sometimes I was like straight up, I give up. And then it would. So when you do that, it's more like walking in faith. Like you've done all the work already, and then you kind of just, I give up, whatever. Whatever happens, happens. It's like, well, now you've released the clutch on it. Like, anything you visualize comes into fruition. Like I had no, like I said, running into SP's X the other day. That was something I didn't have any, like I had not thought about. I mean, it was a thought that prolonged in my head for a long time. It was like, if I see this motherfucker, man, if I see him, and then like, motherfucker talking about killing me, well, wait till I see you. And then when I see him, it's like, I'm an enlightened man. No, I don't. I'm just like, nah, what's up, brother? How you doing? And I said, see him as I enter the home that you're not allowed in. But that's something, see, it came into pass, but I didn't have any resistance on that. So good or bad, whatever you think about for a prolonged period of time, it will show up in your reality at a certain time. And now a big thing too, when I was wavering was like, I was like, no, if they can do it, I can do it. If I hear all these success stories, if they can do it, I can do it. I am no less than any of these other people. That's why I say we're all equal. We're all in this together. And you can't fuck this up. Because if other people can do it, you can do it. And that was something I'm like, if they did it in 2 weeks, I'll do it in 2 weeks. Now, granted, on the longest time, it was about 10 weeks because the first 3 to 4, it's getting your thoughts. You're panicking and you're freaking out and you're mad, you're angry, you're processing emotions. Then they don't sting as much because time has passed. Then you could kind of focus yourself. And then that's when you start doubting the law and thinking it doesn't work, but then it does work. And now you're wavering a little bit there. Then when you get to that point where like you don't care and you're relaxed, and it's kind of like, if it comes, it comes, but I know this is what I want. This is my desire. Nothing's going to stop me from getting it. And now you're relaxed, right? When you're there, it's just trusting. Because I will tell you, you can manifest through panic attacks, through anxiety, through tears, through all this stuff. I was a big crybaby little bitch about this shit during it, but I would pick myself up more often. It's like, I like Gary's analogy of this. if you have a diet and you're working out, and I work out and I burn 2,000 calories, and I go eat McDonald's and it's 500 calories. I'm just bullshitting you numbers because McDonald's probably way more than that. But let's say I burn 2,000 calories and I eat a bad meal, quote unquote bad meal, and it's only 500 or 1,000. I've done more to burn calories than I took in. So it's the same way with mental diet. If I have 2,000 positive thoughts and 500 negative, I'm overall throughout the majority of the day in a positive mental state of living in the end. If I've lived in the end 2,000 times and only 5,000 times, or only 500 times, I was playing the old story. I'm dominantly in the new story. And I do that again tomorrow, and those add up and they compound, and you do more and more and more, and you slowly build yourself where there is no other reality besides this. And then again, Stan, like I said too, was like, I would pull, if the future felt too unrealistic, I would pull from past memories and relive the memory. If the past felt too painful to remember, I will go to the future. If that felt too painful, I'll hit some effort. And if all of that was like that, I'd write a mini manifestation list, or I would sit down and I would script it. And because we're so obsessed with finding the how, writing different scripts is like, in the script, you get the girl at the end, right? So it starts here with no girl. So it's there, you got the girl in the end. Ladies, you get the man in the end, right? So you're writing it, and it's like, I'm here with nothing, but at the end I get it. And you're writing how you're doing it, and then each time is different. And actually, it has never really played out the way I wrote it, because like Neville says, it will always play out the way you least expect it, but the best, most natural way. And that's what I would do. I would find different ways to play with it. Like Adro's question, how do you have fun with it when you're wavering? It's trusted. And then also, Stan, like, you work balls to the wall for 10 weeks on this, and it's like, no, I know I want this and that. She shows up on the 11th week. Are you any more disappointed? Or it's like it was about to break through. Are you more disappointed? Or is it you just want something to make you feel good, like a person that makes you feel good, then make yourself feel good first? One of the things would be like, I would buy myself gifts. Like I said, something I was feeling like I was neglecting myself. I've been helping a lot of people financially and stuff like that, and I've been doing a lot of good for other people. And I'm like, I haven't been doing nothing for myself. So I treated myself, bought myself this nice little lighter, which I'm probably gonna have to use in a second. Right now. It didn't work. I treated myself to the wrong thing. When in doubt, go back to the classics. But I like it. I collect lighters, so that's something I do. Or buy myself a watch. I don't buy myself $1,000 watches, $30-$40. But it's something I like. It's cool to me. I do things for myself. You don't have to break the bank, but you do things that you like. Oh, you know what would be nice? I love Vegas. I want to go to Vegas. I'll book a trip to Vegas. Wow, it actually lit. Why did it light? Because you can't fuck this up to whoever that lady is. Oh, I gave it away to lady. Now that doesn't give it away in this community because there's more ladies than guys. I've been working on SP, as you know. So last month, my other ex came back and is acting and doing everything I envisioned for SP. And you said birds before land. Okay, so I went with it all. I kept doing what you told me. And now I got another version of SP, closer. Physically the same SP and some other scary similarities, but not the SP that you were originally talking about. I'm taking it as fun and positive. I'm getting closer, but what is the issue? Resistance or holding two ideas? The issue would be that there is no issue. Again, remember, the thing that I figured from working with you was not being grateful for what you have. So remember, it was like where you were living was kind of like a thing where it's like, no, I don't want to live here and this and that. Now the people are like this, and then you're being treated that way. You're experiencing that. The second you come at everyone from love, the second you start realizing that, no, I get treated good. You go to the grocery store and people are like, oh, by the way, here's free groceries. You buy your groceries. Hold on. Speaking of free groceries, I'm about to get some right now. But like you go there, Courtney, right? You start treating everyone with love. Boom, you get that. The more you're thankful and appreciative and loving of this version of the SP you didn't want, it's being grateful for that. And now take this version, and when you're experiencing it with that person, How would this feel if the real SP that you want was giving it to you? Don't neglect or be angry that it's the wrong SP giving it to you. Be thankful for that. They say don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I take it as, hey, don't be ungrateful for good things that are happening to you. So, because what you told me is this old SP is doing a whole bunch of good stuff for you in your life, and you're not together or nothing, but that's a blessing. You're getting a blessing. I think, how would it feel if real SP that you want is giving you that? How does it feel that he's backing in your life, giving you that? Put yourself in that feeling. Instead of focusing on what your eyes see, that it's this SP and it's the wrong SP, you're focusing on, I got it, but it's wrong. I got it, but it's wrong. It's not being ungrateful, but energetically could be somewhat of a, not to use hippie energetically terms, but like it could be like a little bit of like pushing it away, but focus more now on like, this is my SP is giving me this, because you have a high self-concept, but you need to make sure it comes from like a place of like, not like the cockiness, but more confidence. Because sometimes I will say this, there's a difference between cockiness and confidence. A lot of times what I've found, and even myself when I was being cocky, I was insecure, so I had to be cocky because I thought that's what confidence was. Lying to yourself. And really all that is a vain affirmation. And it's not, really truly confident, where you're unwavered or unbothered by whatever's happening. Yes, 2 SPs. No, I will be on SP's channel, I am sure. It's logical. Okay, there you go. That makes sense. I thought you were already on there or something. Maybe I misread that before. W hat looking sharp, brother. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I see everything's working out in my favor. I need a haircut, so I cover it up. But I felt very dapper today. I felt like the peaky mystic. Thank you. I have a stand-in SP. Essentially, Courtney, but don't feel that it's a stand-in while you're waiting for something, because that insinuates you have a stand-in or substitute, meaning the other one is gone. It insinuates the other one is still gone. So assume the feeling you get from this SP is coming from that SP, and realize that it all stems from within you. You give yourself that love. I was also a little worried because my visualizations came true. This guy looked at SP and took me to a restaurant from my visualization. So it's not like the universe got me close. No, it's like, yeah, exactly. Okay, so there you go. You got it. But basically, yeah, the universe got you close. It's giving you. It's like, are you sure? Take it as, oh, are you sure you want this? Yes. And I want it from SP that we're talking about. See, this is a little bit easy. Like, I have an easier time working with Courtney here because I know her story better. The only thing that's holding me up a little bit is because I'm trying to keep the anonymity to it. But that's what I like about, like, I feel bad I can't coach too well because I don't know all the stories too well. I could try to remember them. But I know Courtney's because we work together. So, yes, in your story, get that feeling that it's SP that you desire you, if that's truly what you want. But like I always told you too, is it that SP or is it the feeling that SP gives you? Because right now you're getting the feeling, right? This is giving you the feeling of what you wanted that SP to give you. So you're getting the feeling that you're looking for, and it's being given. So, don't be ungrateful for it. Not saying you are, just don't be ungrateful for it. Be grateful that it's happening. And even if it's an affirmation that sounds like bullshit, like, oh, I'm so grateful this is SP, not this person. So that's how I'll go with it. Let me see. Other notes today? Nope. No notes today. But I did say, I'm like, I don't have anything to talk about. And then, of course, that message was passed along to me about this other person. I'm like, wow, somebody out here telling people some negative shit. So let me motivate people. And it coincides with my manifestation. I don't know nothing about that channel, but you know my name. So that's why you could take things. That's just a situation that happened. I could have chosen to not acknowledge it, make it neutral. I could have chosen to get angry because it sounds like it was directed at me, which we don't even know for sure if it was. Or I could say, how do I spin this to feel good? And then I turn it into that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing here. The message really sticking to me today is I can't fuck this up. the way in which you say it really makes me truly believe that. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. And that's why I keep saying it, because it's like there is always like infinite redos. It feels like, okay, I fucked up with SP. I want to redo it. Or I fucked up this situation where I could have got out of this job. I could have had a better job and I missed it. Or I missed this opportunity to make some money. Like I had that with happened in the crypto thing where my greed got the best of me because I thought I was going to be a millionaire and I waited and all this stuff. And it's like, man, like I've made way more than that, like in this time that I lost doing the crypto stuff. But it was like, you know, you feel like, oh, I want to have another chance at that, a chance to make that money. Well, start being thankful for it. Start being thankful that you got the SP already, or go back and you kind of redo it. You do all your manifesting techniques, whatever it takes to put you in that feeling state, right? Now you put back. It's almost like a video game checkpoint. I go back to the checkpoint where it's like you're about to interfere with the middle, which I always say do not interfere with the middle. Do not force things in the 3D because they will delay but not fuck it up. But when you get to that point and you feel the inspired action, or maybe you misread anxiety for inspired action and you delay something, I'll never say fuck it up. You delay it. Watch your vocabulary. You delay something a little bit, right? When you do that, it's like a video game. Like, hold on, let me quick save this. Like, and when the time comes, you'll go back. But it's not like it's like when you get killed in the video game and they got a spawn timer. You gotta wait 15 seconds to get back in the game. It's kind of like that. That's how I'll make that analogy. No, whenever I'm out, I still miss SP. I'm grateful and positive. I still know I want SP. Okay, so you do want that SP still, but don't miss that you have him already. And when you want a 3D hack to feel, use the feeling that you're getting from the other SP, right? See what I'm saying? You use this because it's called like, I don't know what you actually call it. This is what I call it. I call it like a feedback loop, right? So I'm manifesting SP, right? SP is not showing up in my reality. I see that, and then I think manifesting isn't real. And then I do a technique, and then I feel good about it, but then I happen to see something that's negative. Maybe third party shows up. Okay, now I'm looking at third party. Now this is really not going to happen. Now I'm doubting it, and then it's like I'm trying to deal with it. Now I'm playing the old story, and I'm trying to think about how to get rid of third party. How do I unmanifest this? How do I manifest what I want? And now I look back again, and there's more negative stuff. And then I'm looking for what I'm looking for. I'm finding. So if you're only looking for good and positive, you're going to find good and positive. So if you could use the hack of, oh, I want to be treated this way, this way, this way. I want to feel this way, this way, this way. And I want a guy that's boom, 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 boom. Okay, you have your prerequisites for what you want. And you're experiencing them in your 3D experience. Give it to yourself and say, wow, that person is giving me that. I mean, there was one when I was no nut, being a player, doing all the other stuff. Like I was going around, when I would do that, if I slept with someone else, I'd be like, man, that felt good to be with SP. And then I'm picturing her next to me. And I'm using 3D as a hack to like, okay, I'm tricking my mind because sometimes you can't trick it. But you find ways to trick it. The scripting, the using 3D feedback. Somebody flirts with you and it's like, no, that's SP. I used to do this thing where I would put my phone down, my wallet on top of my keys, and I would go, my locker room for work was downstairs. I would go downstairs, I would change, and I leave my phone and stuff up in the office. I'd go change out of my uniform, go back into my street clothes, come back up. I would lift my wallet off, and I would expect to see a message from SP. Nothing, put it down, and immediately you're crushed because you're excited and you're expecting, but then you're like, nope, it's okay. And then you go back, check it again. The next night, still nothing. But then over time, other things happen. We were talking earlier in the day, and it's like I would be getting the good night message because I was working second shift. She was on day shift. So she'd be going to sleep when I was getting off work, but I would get a good night message, and I'm like, boom, there it is. I was expecting it, but it took a long time where it felt impossible after a while. Every time I'd hear my phone ding, I would say, that's her, and it would be my friends and my family. Don't be upset when it's not. I know it's easier said than done because I would be like, oh, what the fuck? I don't want to talk to you. What's your SP? But then really, I don't have any regrets in my life because all the bad led me to the good. But if I could change one thing, or I could tell you to change one thing before you get too deep into it, don't waste your life or be ungrateful for the blessings you have in your life, waiting for the blessing you desire. Because if you're grateful for what you have, it's easier to feel that you have that now. It's easier to feel that, oh, you have your SP now. And you're just grateful for everything because you feel like you have everything. Like my phone would be dinging. Pirate would be texting me. Race Car would be texting me. All the people in here. And it was like, but I was expecting it to be SP, and sometimes I wouldn't even want to respond. Why? Be blessed for who's responding to you, because then why would SP want to respond to you? You know, like, because the energy you put off to receiving messages is, no, it's not what I want. Not be a fucking baby about it. You could just be grateful for what you have. Good morning, Nick. Good morning, Mystics. Good morning to you, Savannah. Then you get a load. Hold on, wait. Then you get a load and a half of ground and half above ground with cooler attacking you. Oh, with Cooper not. Wait. Then you get a load and a half of the ground and half above the ground, Cooper attacking you. Video is blurred and breaking up. Am I still blurred? Yes, feedback loop. I'm seeing that getting closer. I 100% believe in manifestation. I'm just tweaking the process. Exactly. Even this guy, I told someone else, I was free the 7th and the 9th and got radio silence, then manifested another person, and they said, I'm free the 7th and the 9th if you are. See, Courtney, it's okay, good, it's better now. Right there, it's like things will fill in. What's it called? I got invited to go, right? And it's something that's been on my mind. SP has been to me 3 times, but I feel like if I'm going on a trip, I should go with her. Her friend booked a trip for the two of them to go to Grand Canyon. I've always wanted to take SP to Grand Canyon because I've been there before. But why would I go somewhere? And to me, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I wanted to be at Venice Beach. It was a road trip me and my dad and brother took. I didn't want to be there. I was being a little bitch. I was like, oh no, I don't want to go. And then I saw a warning rattlesnake, and I'm in gym shoes and shorts. And then the bushes were crinkling, and I said, oh fuck that. And there was a little chipmunk. And then I went back inside, and my brother and dad had to enjoy the trip without me because I slept like a big baby, like sitting there looking at the mountainside from the side of this big building. I didn't really care for it. I didn't enjoy it really. I mean, I enjoyed it because it was family time now looking back. But at the time, I was being a little bitch about it. And to me, it's just like, oh, interesting. This happened. It's a place. But Miami always seems cool. And, you know, when I go to Miami, I expect nothing less than to be making cocaine deals and have my hands handcuffed there and somebody have a chainsaw and my buddy break down the door. Like, I expect nothing less than the Scarface experience in Miami. But SP's been to Miami 3 times. So, well, she goes to do her thing. And it wound up lining up, too. The point of it was, I wanted to take a trip without feeling guilty about not taking her to Miami because it was like it was supposed to be, you know, my friend wanted to go, and it was like, well, let's go to this trip to Miami, and I'm like, oh, I want to take that, and then like I've been invited to Vegas too, and it's like I would feel guilty because it's like, oh, that's your girl, so she's supposed to go on the vacation with you, but then I'm like, but I don't want to like tell her that, and then she goes, by the way, I'm excited, I booked this trip with my friend, and I'm like, now I'm hurt a little bit, but it's like, hey, no. Actually, you wanted a reason to go. Okay, she did it first. So it's like, you don't have to feel guilty. You could go with your friends because she's going with her friends. And you're both going to places that the other one's already experienced. So now she has her experience of Grand Canyon alone. And I have my experience of Miami alone. Boom. Then the next trip, we're going to LA next month anyway for this bodybuilding show. So I'm still too pale. And there's more work to be done. Now that's going to be a manifestation and a half when I step on that stage, which was something I always wanted to do. I don't care about winning or losing. I want to step on and be able to stand a chance to look with the rest. Mystic Nick in Miami Vice episode, white suit and speedboats. All right, I'm down for it. Miami will be cool. That's probably I have to actually book the time off now for work. I got to take the time off for the show too. I'm affirming to get out of summer camp. If you're a grown woman, don't go to summer camp. Your mom can't send you there. But it's funny, even things you don't want, you manifest your way out of, or you can manifest in or out of whatever situation you want to be in. My eyes are like burning right now. I'm looking how glossed up they got. Flex on them, Nick. We flexing in Miami and LA this summer. We flexing on these haters that say that with limiting beliefs that say that you can fuck this up. Not if you're rolling with me, you don't fuck shit up. Look, a week with SP and heat is not ideal. Yeah, I mean, there would probably be a lot of swass involved in that. Miami has amazing food. I'm excited for it. I love Florida. We'll be retiring too. Or at least the only reason I have to stay in Chicago is because the line of work I'm in is the only place that really makes money is a big city. The only place I can make money with it. In New York, the vibes ain't sitting right with me there. Mitzi will vouch for that too about New York. My last New York experience traumatized me like her Chicago experience traumatized her. So I would not be move to New York. Plus, New York still has cold time. I don't want no cold time. You better get here before you retire. We need to have fun. Well, I will be there when I don't know how far away Miami is, but you should go to Miami and meet the Mystic. I'm trying to actually not just if you're in Miami or Florida and you could, I'm going to announce the days too. And you guys could go. We'll do a meet and greet in Florida. I should do one in Chicago, but I don't know how many people are actually here from the channel. My friend, the pirate, keeps trying to get me to buy a little church steeple. He goes, well, you talk the Bible and manifesting. He goes, start a manifesting church. And I'm like, there's not enough people in Illinois and Chicago that are watching the channel to do that. Plus, I feel kind of sacrilegious too. I mean, I read the Bible and I'm Catholic by terms, but I'm not going to start my own church probably. I say probably because I don't know what life holds. I used to go there every 6 weeks to get my hair done. God damn. And everyone was so freaking nice and happy. 5 hours away, damn it, that's a long ride. Don't know how that will work, but it will. Exactly. That's one of my things. I want to meet everybody on the channel. That's one of my other goals too. Is like, as I travel, I'm going to be here. I actually have a lot of people in London, including Gary. Like it was Gary. I had a client from London the other day. I have another client from London. And I don't know how many of you guys here are from London, but it's like if I go there, that would be a trip I'll probably take with my brother because he made a promise to our grandma before she passed away he'd go to London, but that'd be like probably a 2-week trip. Marco Island and St. Pete. You're welcome here in Europe. Well, I want to go there. You want to know where else? My friend ran into last night told me about. I gotta cover that up. My fro. Iceland. That would be cool too. He went to Iceland. But these are things like start listing out. Like, I mean, I got a little journal about places I'm going to go to, things I'm going to do, people I'm going to meet. Like even my mini manifestation list, I'm not going to read it out of confidentiality, but my mini manifestation list has clients and their success. Like, because I know the specific stories and stuff. And one of my other ones is, this is just an affirmation because it's not going to go, because it's an ongoing process. Many manifestations have an end. But one of my affirmations is anyone who works with me, anyone who's on this channel, anyone who gets advice from me leaves feeling happier, more positive, more fulfilled, and always gets their manifestation. These are one of my other affirmations. Maybe we do the Mystic European tour as well. I think I've been to almost every state. Well, passed through at least every state with my multiple road trips. My mustache is feeling kind of long. I'm trying to go with that classic old school, but I can't grow a mustache by itself. It would look weird. But I'll keep the 5 o'clock shadow onto the mustache. We ain't even talking manifesting at this point. We're at the 1 hour mark now, guys. I got to find out. I think I have a client coming up too. I actually got a message this meal prep guy, but if you guys have anything else you want to ask or say or whatever, say that now so that way we can get in the final questions before I close out. I'll also give the reminder here and I'll give it one more time. If you want to do the seminar, plenty of space open. We got maybe 4 or 5 people out of the 25. I was only opening 25 spots because I want to keep it small, but that's $85 for that. you send me an email and I'll set you up on the list. It will be a Google Meet. That's going to be the 23rd of this month at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to do the monthly coaching, I still have the 4 spots open on that. I only have the 1 client, but I don't want to go over 5 because I want to be able to focus on the people. That's the $1,500 a month, but usually every 2 sessions is $375. If you want to do a regular coaching session, you know the link. The links are at the bottom of every video. But I always keep saying this because sometimes people don't know, and it's like at the bottom of every video, or they're not, like, on my community posts aren't getting seen and stuff like that. So I try to push it out there, not to push it, but to make sure you see it, because even Inc. is like telling me these things don't show up. We're not seeing this. It doesn't notify about the lives. Lily tells me it doesn't notify the lives. So that's why we'll repeat things again. I used to live in Jacksonville, Florida years ago. Same city Sammy Ingram is in. I do like the Florida area. I always heard about Jacksonville. You want to know why I know about Jacksonville? Is because of Ash versus Evil. That was like his dream to go there. Have you ever saturated the same affirmation for a long time, like an hour or more? I have the Parrot app, Bart, so I used it because I don't like to affirm to myself really, unless it like pops up and it automatically feels like it's going to be natural. You know what I'm saying? So I put it there, like my way of having fun with this. I put music into it, so it feels like, because when I work out, I think I told you guys this. When I work out to like, wouldn't mind this. Maybe I'm just fucking insane, but I listen to like Tom Platz screaming with good music going in the back, like more, all the way to failure. And I listen to that, or I'll listen to like movie soundtracks with like clips from the movie, like the motivational things that say in the movie. So like that works for me. I have fun working out to that stuff, so I not affirm the same way. So like this one for channel growth and wealth and stuff that I'm focusing on now, and being financially independent free, is the James Bond No Time to Die song, roughly playing, just the instrumental version of it. I don't want any other words, just the instrumental playing in the background. When I was doing it for SP, I was using the Oppenheimer soundtrack in the back, because it was the song called Can You Hear the Music? That song made me feel like anything's possible and you can't fuck this up. So I like playing that in the back. So it just puts me in a good mood. Or sometimes I'll put on, like I said, Beethoven or Bach or something, or like all the classics Neville listened to. I'll sit there while I read the Bible, or read Neville, or read Florence, or read Joseph, or read whatever. I'm reading all these people's stuff, listening to the music, or I'm just sitting down chilling, thinking, I'm in my mansion. I have these nice suits over there. Even though all my suits are not as expensive, but I like them. It's like, that can't tell the difference. Look at this cigar is a cheap one. My watch costs $40. This thing costs $15-20. Everything that I have that looks nice, I can't tell the difference. I can't tell the difference between a good cigar and expensive. I've had both. To me, it's like I know how I would feel. Like if I'm rich, I'm still gonna buy the same shit. So it's like I'm like, because I can't tell the difference. So to me, I can't justify spending a bunch of money on a suit that costs $1,000 and the regular suit costs $100 and it looks the same. So I put it in my mind. It's like, no, I already have all that. I'll go to the thrift store and buy suits and they look good. So it's like, all about, can you feel that you're in the state now? So I'll chill listening to music, and I'm having fun because I'm in a mansion. I'm not in the condo. I'm in a mansion. One of the things about the channel too is like, I love that it's small. This is like why reason too that debated it for a while too, because I'm like, I like that this is like a small personal channel, and everybody likes that too, because I know all your names and stories for the best I can from the little chats, or because you're clients. Like Courtney's I know in depth, Hinks I know in depth, Bart, John, I know you guys from the chats, so like I know enough for your story where I could give some advice on it, or like if you give me a quick thing in here. Adro, I know roughly what you're working on too. So it's like it's kind of one of those things where I like the channel being small like that, but then it's like, well, if you get more viewers too, then you could make money where it's like you could be financially independent by just ad revenue or whatever, and then moving on. But it's like I'm not holding it to that, because who's to say? I like to play the lottery here and there, and usually I say I always win the lottery. Gotta be more specific. I usually get my $2 back. I put $2 in, get my $2 back. But the other day, I haven't gambled in a long ass time. Just because I've lost interest in it. I was listening to my wealth affirmations, and my coworker was running late, and I'm bored because I like to talk with him, and like we talk manifesting positivity, all this stuff. And then I'm breaking his balls. I'm like, get your ass over here. So I'm like, well, while I'm bored waiting, I'm like, I've already checked all my social medias. I posted where I needed to post. I don't want to say bullshit. I'm like, I'll just put $15 in, put $15 in at 170. And I'm like, wow, like on the little instant games. So I'm like, while I'm listening to the affirmations. So it's like, it's impressing me in real time. And that's a feedback loop. So I'm like, okay, now I always get money. And then me and Lily went for a walk yesterday. Like usually, like it's my thing, as a guy, you pay for, I don't know, it's this old school maybe. I always pay for all the meals. I pay for everything whenever we go out. We were going to go for a walk out here in the forest. Well, if you're in America, you know about the cicadas. I just found out that they're everywhere in America, not just Chicago. But the European people, I know they don't know about them. They're like these bee-looking bugs, but they don't bite. They're just weird-looking. They come out of the ground to fuck and eat the trees and then die. It doesn't make any sense. But whatever, these cicadas are flying around, and Lily's like, I don't want to be around them. And like, I mean, they jumped my bone. I was going commando. We were going out to the forest. I thought that, maybe we're gonna have a good time in the forest. and the little thing jumps on me. I'm like, she goes, oh, it's on your pito. I'm trying to get it off. I'm like, oh my God. So we decided, let's take a walk through these neighborhoods. There's a breakfast place. We stopped there. I don't have no stuff set up on my phone other than like Zelle. So we go to this restaurant. I'm like, I don't got my wallet because I said, I'm gonna take my wallet. I'm like, we're going to the forest. I'm in my wallet. Leave it here. We decide not to go. And then we go there. And anyway, this money coming to me anyway. The point of the story. We go to this restaurant and then she's like, oh, I got the tap to pay. We could go there. And then she bought me my breakfast. And I felt flat. Oh, I felt like a real woman then. Like she made me feel pretty. I was the passenger princess on that ride. But it was like money coming back to you. The whole point of that story. Oh wow, I didn't know she's in Jackson. That's not too far from me. Oh, you're talking about Sammy. I was like, no, I was talking about Ash lives in Jacksonville. The Discord link keeps saying expired. CTB, thank you for that. Then okay, more people are having problems with the Discord. Gary, if you're here, we got to do a call later because you're the smartest Discord person I know. I'm going to need help. So if Gary's here, I need help because Courtney had problems and CTB had problems. So I'm going to do that. If you've gotten a few psychic readings and they're positive saying SP is coming in soon, am I close? Josh, here's what I will say on that. Yes, if you believe it. Because to me, the psychic reading, all it picks up for me, and I do know we have a psychic in the chat as well. I don't know if the psychic wants to be revealed, but there is a psychic in this chat right now. It reveals to you, in my experience, I don't ever go to them, but I would read fortune cookies and things like that. So I did have a little bit when I'm doubting. It's like I would take whatever I can as fuel and as like a fuel or something as a feedback loop. You take that as a positive feedback loop. She's on her way. But if you ever get a bad reading, in my experience, what I've seen, nobody ever gets a bad reading though, especially when you're working on manifest. I don't know. I've never gotten a bunch of them. But whenever a psychic has read me, it has always been, and it was always like voluntarily given to me. It was always something positive because my mind is dominantly positive. So it's showing you the life track you're on, if that makes sense. If there's infinite ones, if you're more depressed and negative, they're going to be picking up negative vibes for your future. Versus if you're positive and you believe anything's possible and you can't fuck this up, they're going to be picking that up. And they're going to know whatever you're looking for is that. Change in beliefs makes them more concrete, and how to ignore disregard the 3D out of resisting it. Since what you resist persists, it seems 3P. I say no to it, but I feel like I'm fighting it. Yep, Adro, which doesn't seem right. No, you don't. The point of me teaching about the letter technique, and like I say, I always give credit wherever I learn something. I learned this technique from Ava Manifested That. I believe her channel's gone again. She comes and goes. But when I took the letter technique from Ava, when I think SP's here right now. I hear the door. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I thought someone was breaking in, but I forgot she said she's coming over. If you're fighting something, but you resist persist, yes. I'm just waiting for the door to crack open. It's just to walk in. I just feel it. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. No, it doesn't feel right. Oh yeah. So what you resist does persist. You're fighting it, right? So your thoughts are more on the fact that it's not going to show up or it's going to persist. The best way to remove, so that's why I said the letter technique. You write a letter saying goodbye to that motherfucker. Like, hey, You're gone. Thank you for taking care of SP, whatever. Forgive SP for being with them, whatever. Forgive yourself, blah, blah, blah. Do all the same stuff. Burn all the letters. When you do that, you're pushing, like you don't have to focus anymore. It's like you take that physical action because sometimes it feels so, I take a physical action, so I did something. As humans, we're programmed. I have to do this to get that. Okay, the letter gets rid of it. No matter what you see or hear after that is bullshit. It's a dream. It's a nightmare. It's something that, I just imagined that. And then you go back to focusing on what you do want. And like, if you want to be with SP, you're just visualizing you and SP together. That's the end. Everything else, the third party disappearing, the bridge of her coming back, getting unblocked, all that shit, that's just unfolding in the middle. But you're not focused on how all that shit happens because you don't care. You care about this thing way over here, the end. And where you are now, you are putting yourself here, and whatever obstacles are on the way are going to naturally fade away. I feel like that door's wrong. How open? Maybe not because of this. It might be rushing home. Can I call out an awesome inked hair looks in her videos lately? Yes, you can. Inked hair does look great in her videos. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, but I have not seen them. I haven't watched any YouTube other than like scary stories on YouTube lately, which is bad for my mental diet, but I don't know. That's been my guilty pleasure. Ooh, I feel guilty listening to that. Ooh, I'm saturating my mind with bad things for once. But yeah, anyway, I'm sure her hair looks great in it. King treatment, yes. King and queen treatment for everyone here, Mitzi. I'll speak on the psychic stuff. The psychic reading is a reflection of your thoughts. There you go. Because every psychic is you pushed up. There you go. OSP. So with that, we will start the conclusions. And once again, I'll drop all the reminders again. If you want to be, I'm going to work on the Discord stuff too. So I'm going to talk with Gary. We're going to figure out what's going on with Discord. The link should be bringing you to a page that lets you subscribe to it, but I know it was messing up with Courtney. I'm not the most tech savvy guy. That's why my boy Gary's over here. And if not, I've got some other people who know about Discord. And if I can't figure it out and Gary can't figure it out and the other people I'm working with in Discord can't figure it out, I will go to Fiverr and I will find a man with a neck beard who knows more about Discord than anyone else and hire him to mod the channel. But without further ado, if you want the monthly coaching, like I said, only 4 spots I'm going to keep available. And if this other client, I know he's going to have his manifestation by the end of the month. If he doesn't go the next month after that, then we'll have 5 spots open. But there's 4 at the moment because I don't want to overflow with people. And the 23rd of this month, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, there will be a seminar. I've already scripted it out. It's going to be on Google Meet, but you got to send me an email first, and then I'll tell you how to pay it, and then when we'll take the payments and stuff like that. But it's very small. I don't have a website or nothing. I should probably do that. That's living in that. That's taking some physical action that makes sense to your desire. If you want to be a bigger channel, you need to make a website. That's a physical action because it makes sense to what I'm doing. Me being lazy does not make sense to that. I'm not gonna lie. It's being lazy. Thank you. Thanks for that. Couldn't have persistent. There you go, Josh. Persist through it. Take what you can as a positive feedback. It's all working out in your favor. Just got my beard done. Now I'm back in the car. So I missed a big portion of the live. Just heard Discord. We can talk about that when I get back. Okay, sweet Gary. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Well, I know you're going through your whole process of getting your awesome new manifestation. So we'll set aside some time this week. We'll figure it out, and then we'll also catch up. We'll have a cigar. I tried to make time. Also, I don't know. I don't think he's been here. He's been on the channel for a while, but I reached out to another former client, stuff like that. Sometimes I try to keep in touch with people too. So I got to make time for that call too. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to do the monthly stuff, let me know now so that way I can help schedule this stuff so I'm not all over the place and we're not overlapping each other. Nice stream. Best of luck to everybody. We're always lucky. Everything always works out in our favor. My man, Bart. Yes, sir. Great live as always. Thank you. Very encouraging. Well, I'm glad you're very encouraged. Thank you for you guys. I love you guys very much. I really do appreciate you guys coming in here. I don't like hearing the shit about, other coaches just fucking, as Mitzi says, trying to get the bag. They're trying to get the bag and it's easy. Like, I know what I can make on thumbnails. I know what I always say this. I know how I can make it pop right there doing 3D action to make the channel pop off and look really good. And I can tell you very vague things, and I can hide all the fucking negative parts about my life. And I cannot be real. And I can just tell you, embody the state. And then do what you will with the other 59 minutes of the session. I just sit here and listen to you. Embody it. You got it. See ya. Like, I'm not going to do that. That's why my sessions run over. That's why I put so much effort into this. This is why I do get exhausted sometimes, and I don't always make videos because I'm mentally exhausted sometimes because I put a lot of effort into other people's stuff. That's why I forget my own. That's why I did mini manifestation. Why I forget my own stuff, because and even my own things have affirmations for my clients. So that's the thing, is I don't like when I see people getting fucking ripped off and stuff. It pisses me off because I've been in that state before, and the people who don't have it and they never did it and they don't show their receipts, the motherfuckers out here taking people's money, and it pisses me off. And like I said, it's always like I did try to do the free coaching for a while. That got even more exhausting too, because there's no like reward for it, and the people don't learn to at the same time. But it's like, I'm not going to call myself a hypocrite because I still do bill for coaching, but at the same time, I'm doing more, I feel like, than a lot of the people, and it pisses me off when I find out there's like people saying limiting beliefs, like you can fuck this up. Fuck you. You can't fuck it up. You show me your receipt. You might be able to show me your millions, but can you go? How well do you sleep at night after those? Sorry, you already know how I get. I can't let it go. I don't believe in the astrological signs, but everybody always goes, "Oh, this motherfucker's an Aries," and I am. It means apparently means I got a big mouth, but I wasn't always this way. I was shy. I created this motherfucker. Anyway, I do love you guys. Thank you for coming here and supporting me. I support you guys on your goals. We're all in this together. The Discord being fucked up as it is, don't subscribe till we get it figured out. Apparently, you can't even subscribe till we get it figured out, but we're going to work on that. If you're in the Discord, I love you guys. Thank you for being in there. We're going to, I just thought it was being silent. Maybe those people are having problems too. So I appreciate you guys for sticking around. But somehow it's working out in our favor. I don't know how, but it's working out in the favor somehow. Anyway, I just think it's kind of cool. We'll establish folks are stalking out pages. Yeah, that's why I said Inc. too. I said, remember, I'm one of the biggest coaches around. That's one of my affirmations. That's how you know my name. That's how they know my name. So say what you will. You have a great day as well, Mitzi. As always, I love you guys very much. Thank you for coming by. I will make videos this week. I'll make them tonight. I do have a client tonight, but I will make them tonight. I will see you next Monday for sure. I will do my best to get my ass on another live. If you guys want, go to TikTok. The more of you guys from YouTube that are in TikTok, the easier it is for me because I know you guys better. The TikTok audience, I'm not gonna lie, is a completely different audience than you guys. And I usually get like 0 viewers on there. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's because TikTok can tell this my other accounts and I get in trouble on my other accounts for this and swearing and clowning and whatever else I'm doing. So taking my shirt off in the other lives, but that's all for a comedy channel. So I don't know if that's why they do it, but whatever it is, we'll figure it out. We'll get Discord started out. Don't worry. Well, thank you, sir. But, I accidentally almost ended the stream. But anyway, I'm ending it now. Love you guys. I'll see you later.